What's my name? Who am I? Can you help me find my parents? I was born in the Warsaw Ghetto in 1942, and with the help from a German soldier, I was smuggled out of the ghetto and into an Aryan section of Warsaw. My parents were a young and handsome couple. I was only 9 months old, so I can't remember much. It was before the Warsaw Uprising, so I imagine they became Warsaw Ghetto fighters. What's my name? Who am I? Can you help me find my parents? I was handed over to a Christian woman, Charlotte Rebhun, who was married to a Jew. Because she had a Jewish husband, she, her husband, and her 2 children were expelled to Poland. Her husband, Max Rebhun, perished in Treblinka, and Charlotte gave shelter to 8 or more Jews. I lived with the family until the Polish uprising in September of 1944. When my parents handed me to Charlotte, they thought it was for a short time until things got better. They said if they don't return, Charlotte will contact the family in the United States who would take care of me. However, I don't know what their name was, and I just wanted to find my biological family. What's my name? Who am I? Can you help me find my parents? As a result of the uprising, Warsaw citizens were led by foot out of the town, where a selection process took place. We were then separated by force. Charlotte and her daughter Adele were sent to a labor camp close to Czestochowa. Her son, Wolfgang, was sent to Mauthausen. I was separated from Charlotte and left somewhere at a train station. Later, I was found in either an empty train wagon or close to the rail station by a Red Cross attendant in a little town about 20 kilometers from Warsaw. I told them in German my name and that I was 2.5 years old. What's my name? Who am I? Can you help me find my parents? I was handed over to the Kaczmareks, a Polish Christian family. The Kaczmareks had 5 older children, but raised me as their own. I lived with them until the end of the war. At the end of the war, we returned to their hometown, where I lived with them until March of 1948. The Kaczmareks wanted to adopt me officially, and I was going to have a family. They wrote to the CJC asking if anyone from my biological family had survived. But instead of answering, they sent someone who took me from my new family by force and put me in a Jewish orphanage. What's my name? Who am I? Can you help me find my parents? I was adopted by a Jewish family, the Hamels, in October of 1948. In 1950, I went with the Hamels to Israel. As a child, I survived the Holocaust in Poland, and I have lived in Israel since 1950. I only learned that I was adopted at the age of 16 in 1958, and I didn't want to look for my biological family until 1996. The reason I waited so long was because I was told by my adoptive parents that I was found close to a railroad station, and they knew nothing beyond this. The second reason was I didn't feel I needed to look for other parents. I felt very beloved by my adoptive parents, and I didn't want to hurt them. What's my name? Who am I? Can you help me find my parents? Well, my name is Barbara. When I was found, I had a certificate around my neck saying my name was Barbara Welglinsky. Now, I'm Barbara Rebhun, but that isn't it. I am strong, I am persistent, I am resilient, and I am different. I am so much more than a name on a piece of paper, and I am so much more than my experiences. I'm a survivor. Barbara's story really stood out to me. She helped me understand myself while also giving me a different perspective on my life. In today's world, there are so many people who don't feel like they have an identity, whether that be because they just don't know who they are or because they don't feel comfortable enough to identify as themselves. I believe that everyone should be able to feel comfortable with who they are and what they come from, and Barbara is an amazing example of fighting through the unknown. Barbara has made me believe that we are what we choose to be, and the experiences we've been through don't define us. They simply just make us stronger.